It's February 19th, 2025, and one of the most common questions I'm getting from my clients right now is, should I sell now or should I wait until the spring? And the truth of the matter is that waiting till the spring could be a huge mistake. Why? Because the 30-day rule. Because even if you listed your house today and sold it tomorrow, the soonest that you could close your escrow would be March 19th, which means you're already in the spring. So if you're waiting for the seasons to change, you could already find yourself behind the curve. The second reason is that the inventory is increasing, but you're not too late because most sellers are waiting for the spring, and while you're not, you could be ahead of your competition. And most importantly, most buyers don't shop by seasonal markets anymore. This isn't 1995, and this is not your father's real estate market. Buyers are paying attention to things like the economy, the stock market, the bond market, and most importantly, interest rates. And there are serious buyers out there right now looking to get the right house at the right price. In today's video, I'm going to take a deep dive into why trying to time the market is very risky and a fool's errand. I'll walk you through the warning signs that we're seeing, the rising inventory, longer days on the market, and more price reductions, and explain how it's going to affect you directly. So if you're thinking about selling now, it just might be the best time to act. But before we get started, do me a favor, like the video. It tells the algorithm that you want to see more videos on real estate, and it pushes the video to more people just like you. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you're thinking about selling or are you waiting till the spring. And subscribe to the channel. We appreciate every new subscriber. We're growing and we appreciate it. So remember, like, share, and subscribe, and here we go. Part 1. Warning signs, a shifting market. Storm clouds on the horizon. If you haven't been paying attention, the housing inventory has been increasing, and in some areas, increasing a lot. But you don't need the data or charts to figure that out. If you're driving around and you're seeing a lot more open houses on Sunday, that's telling you something. And the more houses on the market, the more that you're seeing prices de-escalate. The other thing that we look at is days on the market. And while back in July a house might sell in a day to a week, now it's 60 to 90 days. And what that tells us is that the market has already started to change. A real estate market is impossible to time because it's slow moving like an oil tanker. It's not like the stock market, which is more like a speedboat. It's basic supply and demand. The more houses on the market, the longer they take to sell, the more reductions that you see in price, the more the market starts to tell you that prices are falling and adjusting. The thing is, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The market needs to adjust. It's cyclical, but it's been going up for way too long, and there's been too much money from the government pumped into the system. So right now, prices coming down will allow more buyers to come into the market and will make the market more healthy. But if you're a seller and you're waiting, that might not be the best idea. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Are you that person that's been waiting, or are you ready to go? Part 2. How sellers are hurting themselves. So here's how it works. It's a vicious cycle. The more that sellers try to beat the inevitable crash that they're afraid of, the more they cause the market to decelerate. Why? Because the more listings that come on the market, the more buyers have options. And the more options the buyers have, the longer it takes to sell the house. The longer it takes to sell the house, the more the seller panics and then reduces his price. Now, new sellers who come into the market have to come out at a lower price just to compete, and the cycle continues. It's the smart seller who avoids this by not worrying about peaks and valleys and put your house on the market before the competition. What do you think? Let me know below. Have you seen this happen? Do you think the market's in a downward trend? Part 3, why timing the market is a bad idea. So in a perfect world, everybody would love to sell their house at the highest part of the market, at the peak. You buy high and you sell low. That's the rule of investing. The problem is with a real estate market, it's literally impossible to time the market. And even the best investors and the so-called experts oftentimes get it wrong. In fact, some of my best builders have told me that in real estate, if you build long enough, if you stay in the market long enough, you're gonna lose. It's just the way it is. The point is, you can't control a market, but you can position your home to sell in the quickest amount of time for the highest potential dollar. That's how you work with the market. Don't worry about if it's the highest part of the market or the lowest part. What do you think? Part 4. Get ahead of the curve. So if you're thinking about selling, but you're not sure about the timing, here's some ideas. You want to list before the market is flooded. Don't wait for the spring. Be ahead of your competition. The fewer listings means the more eyes that are on your home. Price strategically. Don't overprice your house. That will cost you dearly. Remember, price to sell, don't price to negotiate. You don't have to. A good realtor can hold price as long as you're priced accurately. Remember, 95% of all buyers find the home they're looking for on Redfin and on Zillow on their phones. So make sure that your photography is mobile friendly. It's different when you advertise to a 3.5-inch screen than on a 21-inch screen. Don't be afraid to offer the buyer incentives to help with the interest rates, to draw them into your house. It's a lot less expensive than a price reduction. Remember, real estate is emotional. Your home might defy the comps and it might not. But if you're ahead of your competition with less homes on the market, you're priced strategically, you use mobile-friendly marketing, you use incentives to help the buyer afford your home, it makes you stand out above your competition. And if you do all these things, you can still win in this market. So in conclusion, the market is changing and we are seeing it. But there are ways you can get ahead of the curve and ahead of the market. There are ideas that can help you get the top dollar in the shortest amount of time, even in this market. The trick is to make sure that your home is priced effectively, is staged for sale. If you can't or don't want to do actual staging, use AI virtual staging. Remember, you want mobile-friendly advertising, meaning that your pictures are the money shots, the shots that draw the buyers into your home. Use funnel trafficking, meaning that you draw the most amount of buyers at the same time into your home. Make sure your realtor is service-oriented, returns phone calls, returns texts, and is available. These are all tricks and tips on how to get ahead of this changing market, and that's how you get it done. Well, that's the video. Thanks for watching. If you live in Los Angeles and you'd like some straightforward, honest advice, feel free to reach out. I've put my contact information below in the description. Leave comments and let me know what you think. Have you been involved in this market? Have you noticed the shift? Have you noticed the changes? Like the video. It tells the algorithm that you want to see more videos on real estate. Subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of the videos that we put out weekly. We're growing and we appreciate every single person. Leave comments, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. I'm Michael Barish, Click here for more videos on residential real estate.